University exclusion. A topic, an area that I think a lot of people unfortunately don't know about, but end up finding out about a bit too late when it's actually happening. So I think today I want to enlighten you guys. I want to make sure that you guys are aware of this and know about it, and most importantly, I think, know how to prevent it from happening, number one, and number two, if it does happen, what sort of options do you have? I think it's important to always understand with anything in life that there is always a way forward. It's not the end of the world when something happens to you, when something bad happens to you. Life is not going to be smooth. It's not going to be, one seamless story, but there's going to be a lot of peaks and a lot of, sort of troughs, down periods. So it's important for you to not get demoralized by the down periods and always know that there is a way forward for you. So let's get into it. Let's delve into it. Let's chat about university exclusion, and let's get you guys the info you need in order to make better informed decisions. So first of all, what exactly is university exclusion? What does it entail? What is it all about? So university exclusion is basically when your university or when your faculty deems you unfit to continue studying the degree that you are studying. So in this context, in this video, I'm just going to speak about university exclusion regarding degrees, specific degrees due to performance, of course, because there's a wide array of reasons that can result in you being excluded from university, which includes cheating on tests, exams, plagiarism, all that stuff. But today I'm mainly just going to focus on academic exclusion as a result of a lack of performance. So basically, if you perform very poorly over the year, if perhaps you don't meet the sort of degrees stipulated minimum for you to continue studying or for you to repeat the year, or if perhaps you perform poorly over a few years and perhaps are consistently failing over a few years, then this puts you at risk of university exclusion or academic exclusion. This is so important to understand, that your performance over time can essentially define whether you're able to continue within the degree, which is literally, if you need to repeat a year, you're still able to go back and repeat that year, or if you perhaps now have to go to a different degree or a different university to further your studies. So yeah, it's important for you to, I think, first of all, just make yourself aware of the requirements within your faculty and your degree as well. Just have a read of the prospectus for your faculty, for your degree if it has, and even for your modules as well. Just understand what is required of you, bare minimum, to at least continue studying. Make sure if there's a certain amount of modules that you can't fail in a year, that you actually don't fail those modules in a year. Or maybe over a few years, maybe you can't repeat twice a certain module, or you can't fail a certain number of modules or a certain number of times. If there's that requirement as well, just make yourself aware of it. And I think, of course, you can always have a chat to the faculty student advisor ahead of time, and just make yourself aware of exactly what is required of you to prevent yourself being in a situation where you receive that exclusion letter from your university, because that is not a nice letter to receive. It never feels well, and it can be quite scary and quite an intimidating period of time for you, and obviously quite uncertain as well. And I don't want you guys to get to that point. So understand what is needed of you. Understand exactly the parameters within which you can operate in terms of how many modules you can fail or how many times you can fail. before you get academically excluded. Very important. And at times, universities will actually send you notifications saying that you are at risk for academic exclusion. And I think it's here where you actually have to take action. Here, it's not too late. You can save your semester, you can save your year, you can save your degree. But it's important to take action here. And it's important to actually identify and understand where you're going wrong and start implementing the right things. Start being proactive in actually making sure that you are trying to make an effort to improve on your marks, because your marks at the current point in time are not satisfactory. So you need to make sure that you actually go chat to your lecturers, understand where you're going wrong, go through your past papers, past exams, past tests, look at your module over the year, see what's going on, deeply analyze, and then make corrective action. So important, because if you do nothing, or just you're just continuing to do what you've been doing the whole year, it's child. Like there's nothing anyone will be able to do for you. So you have to make sure that you're proactive, that you look out for your own academics, and you take practical steps, forward steps, in order to sort of get the best results possible, and of course save your semester, save the year, and continue on your sort of route in education within your degree, within your faculty, and of course land that job or that career path that you've been looking at. And now, of course, what do you actually do when you get the letter of exclusion, which is, once again, it's not a nice letter. I don't think it's a letter anyone wants to get, and a lot of people are actually taken off guard by this letter and are surprised when it does come in, because obviously they were not expecting it and they were not aware of the requirements or what was required of them within this degree, within this faculty. So I think when you get this letter, first of all, of course, just take a breath, relax. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to die. Of course, it's not a nice thing to get, but it's not the end of the world. That's so important for you to understand. There's so much stuff that you can do. I think first off, you can appeal it, which is, of course, trying to get back in your specific degree of studying by providing a valid reason as to your lack of performance, and of course, if possible, providing that evidence. I believe sort of all universities have an appeal process, so make yourself familiar with this process, understand what it actually entails, how to go about the process, and actually make sure that you know what you need to provide in this appeal to give yourself the best possible chance at actually getting back into the university. And of course, if you are not able to study the degree of choice, then I think another thing you can look into is perhaps studying a different qualification within your faculty, just looking to go a different route perhaps. And perhaps this might be a bit more fitting to you, or perhaps you struggle quite a bit with this path here, so perhaps there's another path for you. But this is something else that you should consider, because at the end of the day, not all degrees are for everyone indeed. So you have to evaluate in yourself whether you deeply want this qualification and want to pursue this career path, or if perhaps you want to sort of try now for another path. And I think another option that you have available at your disposal, if you deeply want to continue studying your degree of choice, is actually going to a different university and of course trying to apply there. Hopefully the credits that you've gotten from the modules that you currently have will enable you to sort of start at a higher level as opposed to just starting in first year, depending on, of course, which year you were excluded in. So this is another part that you can explore. Obviously, you just have to make yourself aware and understand the requirements that are needed of you in order to make it into that other university, of course, when you apply. So I've just listed a few options for you, a few alternatives, a few things that you guys can do to first of all prevent yourself from being academically excluded, and secondly on what to do when you actually get that academic exclusion letter. So I hope this has been an informative episode. I really, do try to get you guys, the most accurate information and the most relevant information for your studies within varsity, and also just have these conversations that people don't usually have, so that you guys are a bit more enlightened and of course are just that one step closer to reaching your goals. It has been me again. If you've enjoyed this one, guys, please, I'd appreciate you just dropping that like down there. It really helps me understand what you guys are enjoying. And if you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, guys, please, let's drop me a subscription there. Let's continue growing the channel, growing the community. At the end of the day, we're all striving for success. We're all striving to reach our goals. And every single day, we work consistently, we're one step closer to it. So until the next episode, guys, let's continue on our journey in creating a better world.